If you've just invested in a top-of-the-line 2026 laptop like the Razer Blade 18 or an MSI Titan, expecting that revolutionary 120 gigabits per second Thunderbolt 5 speed, and instead you're greeted by a ghost controller in Device Manager or an unlicensed error in Thunderbolt Share, you're not alone. This isn't a hardware failure. It's a sophisticated software deadlock in Windows 11. Today, I'm going to show you the exact surgical method to force Windows to recognize your hardware and unlock that massive bandwidth. Let's get your Pro workstation running at full speed. So, what's actually happening under the hood? It boils down to a conflict of security and legacy software. Windows 11 25H2 employs an aggressive Kernel DMA Protection to prevent Thunderspy attacks. But many 2026 BIOS revisions don't pass the correct handshake flag to the OS. Windows sees an untrusted device trying to access memory and simply disables the controller. Furthermore, the new Windows native USB 4 manager collides with the old Intel Thunderbolt control center, creating a deadlock where the controller just vanishes. We need to manually arbitrate this conflict. The first and most critical step is in your BIOS. We need to force the motherboard to hand over bus arbitration to the Windows kernel. Enter your BIOS, usually by mashing F2 or Delete on boot. Navigate to Advanced, Chipset, or Thunderbolt configuration. Set PCI Express Native Control to Enabled. This is non-negotiable. Also, ensure discrete Thunderbolt support is enabled. And here's a crucial tip. Disable Fast Boot. This forces a full hardware re-enumeration on every cold start, which is often enough to clear the ghost error. If your peripherals only work after you log in, Windows is blocking the controller at the lock screen for security. We need a registry override. Disclaimer: be careful in the registry. Now search for and open regedit as an administrator to ensure we have the correct permissions for the override. Navigate to this exact path. H-key local machine, software, policies, Microsoft, Windows, Kernel DMA. Right-click, select New, D-word, 32-bit value, and name it EnumerationPolicy. Set the value to 2. This allows all devices regardless of the security level. Use this only on trusted workstations. Once you've done both the BIOS and registry fixes, reboot. To verify it's working, don't just check Device Manager. Open PowerShell as admin and run this command. Get net adapter, select object name, link speed. Your Thunderbolt networking adapter should now report speeds well above 40 gigabits per second, potentially hitting 80 gigabits per second or 120 gigabits per second in asymmetric mode. And one final, absolute requirement. You must have the March 2026 Intel graphics driver installed. The Thunderbolt 5 display engine is now logically tied to the GPU's power states. Without it, the controller might never wake up. This complex fix is the reality of early adoption in 2026, but the performance payoff is worth it. If this guide helped you unbrick your TB5 connection, please let me know in the comments. I'm curious, which laptop model are you using? And did you need the registry tweak or just the BIOS fix? Your feedback helps the whole community. Don't forget to check the full guide on our site for all the technical details and verified hardware IDs. Thanks for watching, and enjoy that incredible bandwidth.